The last type of problem I want to demonstrate is one where you have to come up with the x and y values using a sinusoidal. So if I have an equation that looks like y is equal to negative 5.2 cosine pi over 3 times the quantity x minus 4, close the quantity, plus 2. And we want to evaluate that when x equals 11. What we want to do is go ahead and replace the x in the parentheses with an 11. So to save me some time, I'm just going to clone this here. And looking at what we see, we want to just replace this x with the number that we're plugging in. So I'm going to replace that with an 11. And if you're using a one-line calculator, the way you want to type that in is to, one, make sure you're in radian mode. And then secondly, when you type that in, you're going to go ahead and take, kind of work it backwards through here and then do this number at the end last. So the keystrokes would be 11 minus 4 equals, and then you would say times pi divided by 3 equals. Then you would hit the cosine button, and then you would times by 5.2 negative, and then equals, and then plus 2, and then equals. And that's going to actually generate the solution you're looking for. Okay. If you're using a two-line display, the kicker is that you want to make sure you include the b value and the x minus h in parentheses. So literally, you can type it in exactly as you see it. Negative 5.2 times cosine parenthesis pi over 3 parenthesis 11 minus 4 parenthesis plus 2, and then hit equals. All right, no matter how you do it, we should come up with that same solution. After typing that in, I was able to come up with a negative 0.6 for my y value. Okay, now to get the x value, actually, I'm sorry, let me restate that. Now we're going to plug in a y value and get an x value. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that equation one more time. And let's just use that equation down here. Okay, so now on this equation, we're going to replace a y value with a number. So I'm going to let y equal 4, which means on my equation, I'm just going to take the y and replace it with the number 4. So I'm going to put 4 right here. Okay, so now we want to go ahead and get the x variable isolated. So start by subtracting 2. And then we're going to divide by a negative 5.2. And when we divide that, we're going to come up with negative 0.3846, etc., equals cosine pi over 3 x minus 4. Okay? Recognize at this point that your angle is this entire value right here. And if we're trying to solve for an angle, what we want to do is go ahead and do the inverse cosine of the decimal we generated earlier. 0.3, oh, I'm sorry, that was 0.3846. I wrote that down wrong. So let me change that. 0.3846. So we're going to do the inverse cosine of negative 0.3846 and 1.966 in radian mode is what we come up with. And the angle is pi over 3 times x minus 4. All right, now our job is just to kind of unwrap the x. So I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal on both sides. Again, don't clear your calculator, so now these cancel. X minus 4 will be that 1.966 times 3 divided by pi, and we come up with 1.877 roughly. Add 4, and we get x equals 5.877, and this would be our final solution.